All right, so if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I am extremely bullish on meme coins. I've talked about them for years. I've talked about Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Floki, Pepe, and countless others. We've made a lot of money talking about them. In today's video, I want to talk and revisit Floki because Floki is up 80% over the last 7 days. And earlier this morning, I saw all over Twitter, all in a bunch of news articles, that they are launching a sister token called TokenFi that is aiming to capitalize on the $16 trillion tokenization industry. So we're going to go over all the details of what's been going on with Floki, how I've been holding it for years, major announcements and major proposals that have passed, and then after I want to talk about this new token called TokenFi that Floki's team is officially launching. They just announced this in their gaming metaverse Valhalla, and I've seen it all over Twitter, all over news articles, and I thought it's worth sharing. So Floki, like I said, is up 80% over the last 7 days, and it has been growing very rapidly. So if you aren't familiar, I don't know where you've been, but Floki is a project I've talked about a lot on the channel. It grew over 875x in 2021. We made a lot of money talking about it, and it is still one of the top crypto projects by market cap. If you're looking at the overall Floki ecosystem, you can see that Floki is the utility token of the Floki ecosystem, and it comprises of a number of different projects. You can see in the Floki ecosystem, there's Valhalla, which is Floki's play-to-earn NFT metaverse. That is where they officially launched everything with TokenFi. They also have FlokiFi, which is the future of decentralized finance. We could go over more details of that. They have NFTs, Floki NFT collection, which has been continuing to gain traction despite market condition. Floki Places, which is merchandise and NFT marketplaces. They have Floki prepaid cars, which is partnered with Visa and MasterCard, where you can fund them with Floki tokens, even use them with Apple Pay and Google Pay. And then finally, University of Floki, which is a crypto education platform. So this has all been birthed just out of a meme coin, and this has been all because of the team behind it. It has had a very successful team that has been able to build this entire ecosystem, fund a lot of different cool ventures, which I want to go over. And this is why I've held this project despite what's been going on in the market, is because we made a lot of money back in 2021 on it, but despite everything that's happened in the market, they've been building and growing and continuing to develop, which is not heard of for a meme coin. This is like the most developed meme coin that I've ever seen in the crypto space. If you're looking at in terms of timeline, you can see that Floki was really just launched back in 2021, not too long ago. And since then, we have seen a lot of developments in terms of relaunches, launching on Binance Smart Chain, millions of dollars donated. We've had their different campaigns with major brands. And if we scroll all the way down, you can see that they've also had major sponsorship announcements recently where they sponsored the World Table Tennis Championship in the Kings League for an entire 2023 season. They've just had major developments in terms of partnerships, major global influence, and this is something that I've found personally very exciting. You can see they've talked about this all on Twitter, and again, if you don't follow them, this is why I follow projects on Twitter once I invest in them, because you can see all the major developments and announcements that are taking place, even when the market's going poorly. Because when the market's not doing well, that's the time you need to be doing your research, looking into projects, and making major investments. You can see that Floki, to reach 120 million people through their strategic partnership with World Table Tennis, and they are like having this official partnership with them. So that is something that was very cool. And they even hinted about their new sister token that was going to be launching today on Thursday, October 26th, which is another reason I want to talk about this project today. Other thing I want to go over is in terms of FlokiFi, their locker upgrade. You can see that just recently, a few days ago, this was also talked about on their timeline, but just a few days ago, they also had a major upgrade for FlokiFi. For FlokiFi, they upgraded the version of Floki's crypto locker protocol, FlokiFi Locker, and it is officially live on mainnet of 14 different EVM-compatible blockchains. This is more than when they originally launched, and a few key things that stand out with this major upgrade is a referral program where you can automatically generate a referral link from FlokiFi website, earn 25% fees from token and LP locks that happen through your referral links. They have support native payments. They support for V3 positioned NFT, LP tokens, extended locks, and burn functionality. So all these things have been just continue to grow this aspect of the Floki ecosystem with FlokiFi. In addition to this, we've also seen a major rollout with Floki's staking program and introducing a reward token. So with this staking program, it had been talked about, requested for a long time for Floki, but they hadn't been able to get it approved or passed. As of the other day, they have officially launched Floki's staking program and introduced a reward token with a vast majority, 98.51% of people voting yes to staking. This was as a result of the DAO vote, where almost every single person wanted staking. I don't see why you wouldn't want staking. And we could see that this was something that was very exciting, because with this staking program, it ultimately helps to make it, and they believe it's going to make it so Floki cannot be inflationary. It's not going to introduce more Floki tokens into circulation. It's ultimately just designed to add value to Floki holders who believe in it long term. And like I said, even though we haven't seen this project pop up on our radar in a while, it is up 80% in the last 7 days and is still a top 100 crypto by market cap. So now I want to switch gears and talk about this major announcement that I saw all over Twitter and all over news articles this morning when I woke up. And that is about Floki launching a sister token called TokenFi. So TokenFi is aiming to capitalize on the $16 trillion tokenization industry, and this is going to be a major industry that we're seeing huge companies like BlackRock and many institutional hedge funds been talking about. They believe this is going to be the next evolution in markets. And they believe that by 2030, it could be worth $16 trillion. Every single major crypto exchange, institutional investor, hedge fund, a lot of the hedge funds believe that this is going to be what takes crypto mainstream long term. You know, this on top of seeing spot Bitcoin ETF, because that's just the beginning. But so the Floki team took over 2021. They helped to increase the value of the project by 875x, reaching an all-time high of $3.5 billion market cap. Now, this team has been continuously working, building out the ecosystem with all those projects we've spoken about. And for the first time ever, they're launching a sister token. So all these other projects were simply part of the Floki ecosystem that we spoke about, like the game, FlokiFi, all these things. But now they are, for the first time ever, officially launching a sister token called TokenFi. The goal of it is ultimately going to be to capitalize on the $16 trillion industry that tokenization could be. They're going to have a lot of different real-world usage, linking real-world assets with the blockchain, and they talk about how the token is launching just with a small market cap of $50,000 and a fully diluted market cap of $500,000. This is something that is so important, because if you've seen anything about Floki, they've been able to raise and develop very successful projects. They've had major partnerships with, world sporting organizations. So having such a small market cap at launch means that there is a potential for another 1,000x project, like they did with Floki, especially with what's going on in the market right now. We're seeing Bitcoin and tokens rally. This has real potential to be that big. They have a huge following on Twitter already with Floki, and they can help, drive a lot of eyeballs and a lot of attention to TokenFi. So the Floki team is launching the token. They are expecting it to grow very rapidly because of all the success they've had with Floki. Floki has over 460,000 holders, one of the most active and strongest communities in the crypto space. And as a result of this, they think that a lot of their activity, a lot of their community, and all the people in Floki are going to want to be a part of, a sister token, something that is like getting into Floki back in 2021 when it first launched. And that is basically what they're doing with TokenFi. So with TokenFi, they are just continuing to talk about it. They've announced it in the metaverse earlier. They haven't given all the specific details about the project just yet, but you can see specific details on TokenFi's website or on their Twitter. You can see their Twitter right here is still pretty small. They just launched it. It doesn't even have any posts yet, but it's already, verified. And you can see it's officially connected to Floki. Has that badge, so you can see Floki has 505,000 followers, and TokenFi has gained 100 followers just since I've made this video. If you saw it when we first clicked on the page, it had 1,550, now it has 1,660. So this is an official account for TokenFi. If you want to check out any details, I'd recommend following this account on Twitter because like what I did, is the reason how I heard about all of these major developments was what's going on Twitter. The reason why I wanted to talk about TokenFi today is because we're seeing the overall market start to flip. Things are starting to rally, and despite what's going on in the stock market, crypto is finally starting to regain a little bit of popularity, be talked about in the news, and that is why I think TokenFi has potential to do the exact same thing that Floki did just a few years ago.